Here we go. Another Tuesday night is upon us. This is SuperCars NZ coming at you on YouTube and probably through Facebook if it's all worked out quite well. Broadcasting Lounge, it's where we sit, it's where we chow, it's where we watch car racing. Pretty neat thing. This is Doug, and joining me tonight in the lounge, currently I have one Corey Kitchen, and joining us a bit later on will be Shane. But good evening to you, Corey.
Yeah, Dougie. How are we, mate? I'm fine. We could get through another week. We're halfway through the season, as you said, round 6 of 12, and Indianapolis Motor Speedway is where we are. They call it the Brickyard, but tonight we're going to go on the road course, and it is a prick of a track.
It's a heck of a thing. It's certainly not been my favourite, and as Shane always points out, obviously Indianapolis, home to the IndyCar, big oval track circuit, but we're here coming at you on the road course. So of course, being in America and things turning the opposite way over there than what they do down in the yonder of the Southerns here, we run this course backwards. So rather than it being left-hand down going around the oval, we're going to be doing a lot of right-hand turns and right turns on and off of the oval.
Yeah, that turn 1, she's really tight, and I've noticed the curbs are either your friend depending on your setup.
There's a bit of a look
14
at
corners.
turn 1 there.
Yeah, so 14 corners. So you come down the main straight into the first corner, which is quickly into turn 2. And then turn 3, 4, sort of, she goes back round to the right. And then you turn your second left at turn 5. And then onto the back straight. Down into another left. And then through another squiggly bit, right through to turn 10, which is coming back out onto part of the oval, where then you come turn 12, you end up coming back off the oval briefly before coming back out onto the main straight.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 14 turns, 3.92 kilometres circuit. Could be a bit of fun, a bit of chatter in the Discord, sort of saying the boys, the tyres are going wobbly, after 14 laps, so she should be an interesting one.
Whoa! Mate. Wobbly tyres. That being, of course, that with these Americanised cars that we're driving and the American setups, the camber must be facing the wrong way.
That is it, yes. But yeah, no, I think setup is key, and championships at the moment, Michael Jones has got a bit of a lead, 19-point lead actually to Michael Dell. So the Michael's leading the way in Div 2 here at the moment. Zach Christie a little bit behind in third place. Phil Cummins, Leith Swinney, Nathan Cadman, Lou Robinson, Matt Priest, Dylan Radford and Billy Rowley rounding out the top 10 for these Div 2 boys.
Yeah, there's some fast boys out there. There's certainly some fast boys, and we've just watched the warm-up round-up. They've already done the qualifying, so once we see the grid order pop up in a minute when that timer ticks over, this is where we are at. So Michael Jones over Nathan Cadman there in second. Nico Cordia sitting in third over Chris Zalewski, and shout out to Chris, we'll be mentioning him a bit more tonight. Our Race Week sponsored Racecrafts, thanks to Chris. Dylan Radford and Zach Christie 5th and 6th. Cam James in 7th over Billy Rowley. Michael Dell down there in 9th, and then Tim Vork rounding out our top 10 with a few other boys taking up the field right down to about P30. I'm looking at about P30 if all those guys get in there. So let's have a look down the front here, watch the rest of the cars get ready to grid.
Yeah, looks like 29 starters, mate. So looking pretty good for Div 2. They have never disappointed us. I hope I didn't just jinx them turn 1.
I'm going to clear up the screen here and let's see what happens with these boys as we get underway. The lights are coming up and the clutches are getting dropped. Oh, a bit of hip and barge there, but managing everyone to be able to get by, not too bad.
Yeah, look like Nathan Cadman. He bogged down and he's dropped back down to looks third. He's just slotting in there behind Nico Cordia, who got a good start. Michael Jones as well. He's got away really well.
Wee bit of crash data coming up there on the screen, but that could be just people slowing up to avoid other cars.
You've got Billy Rowley just off on the grass.
Oh, and a big one looks like John
Lee
Lee gone backwards through there into the fence.
No, he didn't hit the wall, so just into the grass, so good save there from John Lee. He's just coming back onto the track.
Still Michael Jones, Nico Cordia, Nathan Cadman, Dylan Radford, Cam James, Chris Gillespie, Zach Christie there, Phil Carpenter, Tim Falk, Daniel Johnson bringing it into the top 10 here now as they take the brief exit onto the oval and straight back off again. Last little bit of infield quick tipsy turns as they come past pit lane entry as they'll come cycling around that corner now. Pit lane entry over there on the left of screen.
Yeah, of course, everyone will have to come through the lane. Limited fuel means they will have to stop. No compulsory pit stops for the V8s this season, so just not enough fuel to get home. So it'll be interesting to see what the window's like. We've got 36 laps here tonight, so it's going to be a busy one.
Sure is. We'll just take a bit of a look here off the back of Michael Jones's car.
Great camera.
Thank you, I picked it myself.
Well done, mate. That's really good.
All those margins are yellows and oranges. They are gaps between cars. Oranges are close, yellows are somewhat close, whites are given that there's a little bit of a gap in between. So we look for the oranges. The oranges are where people are very close to one another.
Oh, Chris Zaluski round. He's just having to sit still. He's got a lot of cars having to go around him here at the moment. Doing the right thing. Everybody should be seeing the iRacing flag. And of course, Racecraft's our weekly sponsor. Chris, get it in there, mate.
Nice shiny, greeny goldy sort of looking car there. We will we'll have a bit of a look back at some of those shortly, see the breakdown of what happened there. We'll have a look here in the middle of the pack. There's some cars getting pretty close to one another.
With Wayne Hartnell here putting a little bit of pressure on Grant Bristow in front of it. And amongst a bit of a pack of cars. Oh, got a Daniel Turner around on the front straight, I think.
Yeah, I saw a wee bit of data flash up there. So there's certainly a lot to unpack over these 3 laps out of Manhattan at the moment.
Oh, there was a knock at the door.
Don't let him in.
Last time you said that, there was a knock. And everybody went AWOL.
Yeah, well, I think this time here... What is it? Whoa. There's a wee paper note being slidden under the door.
Oh, is it a ransom note?
It is.
No. Fresh from work, shoving his face full of McDonald's or cat. We're not too sure. I'm trying to decipher the message from before, but Shane White has entered.
It was a pretty greasy-fingered message, wasn't it, Shane? Corey?
Yeah, he doesn't even see what I've seen.
No, I don't. I'm looking at it. I'm going back to look at it now.
You're going to just make a stop at Macca's on the cat.
Yeah. On the cat home. Yeah. Yep. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
What else would I want to say?
Yeah, well, it just depends, like what sort of cat is it? got so many questions. You've missed a little bit of racing. It's been a bit of a hairy start for a few, and I'd say this race is going to got plenty more yet, Shano.
Well, yeah, it's good. I'm excited to be here. V8 at Indy.
Do you need a minute to finish licking your fingers, Shane? Like, you're right.
Well, I've literally got dinner on my lap, so if you talk to me and I don't respond, it's because I've got my mic unmuted, because I've got a mouth full of food.
So,
well, you finish your food. You need to eat. Hungry truck driver. Big truck driver now too. Well done, mate.
So I'm about to give you my best impression of Shane moving forward for the evening. That's that.
Well done, Doug.
Action-packed up here at the front, though, Shano. We've got Michael Jones been leading the race, qualified there on pole. Nico Cordia moved up one spot from where he was on P3, and he at the moment is keeping Michael in check, putting him under a wee bit of pressure here and there, which is good to see as we've just cycled through our 5th lap of 36 for the evening. Comments from the boys earlier, Shane, was that the cars were starting to feel a wee bit doggy, a wee bit wobbly on the tyres come about lap 14, so not quite halfway on the markers as far as lap cycles would go, so could be an interesting one to watch how people are going to strategise moving through for that. But as you can see, this is one hot battle, and Nico, as we saw coming into our GT3 series, is not sitting back and waiting for any competition. He's aiming for wins.
Yeah, well, looking at this, I think Nico's about ready to make the step up to D1, isn't he?
It's he's certainly got good race pace, great racecraft, thanks to racecrafts NZ there. But yeah, he puts in the hard work, puts in a lot of time, practice. So it'll be interesting to see overall what his lap times would be like against our boys across the way. But Nico just becoming a wee bit unstuck into that braking zone, coming back off the oval into the infield last sector. That's our Mike to go back past, and now Nathan Cadman taking his turn at causing a wee bit of grief up here at the front. So it's certainly a lot happening, and not even had a moment to look back at some of the incidents that have been happening since turn 1.
Rafting is real, isn't it? Like the changes in the lead, we love to see it. Div 2 putting on a show, and I heard you say Racecrafts NZ, Dougie, your go-to for quality sim racing products, mods and accessories. Racecrafts aim to bring affordability to sim racing with made-to-order products like button boxes, DDUs, wind simulators, haptic feedback systems and DIY components, all designed and crafted right here in New Zealand and are completely customisable to fit your style. www.racecrafts.co.nz.
There we go. Great segue.
Good luck up into turn 1 there.
There we go. And just having a quick look back at what unbefelled our Chris Zalewski here earlier on lap 5. He had a moment crash.
Luke Gorman in the house. Got him.
Oh, there we go. So actually, that's a later one. This was Chris here on lap 2. And this is where we saw him parked somewhat in the middle of the racetrack, and as you can see by the number on the board there, was sitting in 6th spot, so unlucky. Oh, lock of the rears coming down into the braking point there, and as you can see, Shane, very awkward spot at the end of that runoff, but everyone doing a pretty good impression of Moses and parting the seas.
Yeah, that's very awkward. And credit to Chris for doing the right thing and just staying put there as well. Obviously, it's an awkward position, but sometimes you try and get out of the way and you end up getting more in the way because people have already committed to their line to get around you. So definitely doing the right thing there by just holding the brake and staying where he was.
Indeed.
On the back of Michael Jones's car, looking back at Nico Cordia getting hungry for that first position again. They look to have put a little bit of a gap back to Nathan Cadman here.
Not too much of one. Nathan certainly pacing along quite nicely there at the moment, and I'm sure he's still got a wee bit of pace left there as well. So I think Nico's doing a pretty good job of sort of pushing Michael along at the minute, and how that'll play out as far as them hurting their tyres, moving towards the later stages. Whether that's what Nathan's got in mind, if he can just sort of keep in check with the drivers, he might be able to run that little bit longer without that loss of time per lap, and claw them back in closer to the pit lap strategy.
Just noticed something on the back of the Team West cars. Brilliant. Find one of those.
Right?
Yeah. There it is. Well done. I'm still waiting for you boys to put that up the wires back up on that front window banner with league season starting soon, sorry. Had a Red Bull easily excited.
Now, I'm going to have a wee looky back, because here's Michael Dell down 5 spots from where he started. So he was P9. He's well and truly in for the likes of points as far as the championship goes.
Yeah, sitting in second, I believe. Yeah, the second Michael.
So he's had... He's just not had the best of start. He's just been walking backwards. I've got no real significant data to suggest significant loss. He did go off the track on lap 2, but he did not make any gain or loss at that time. So it was just through lap 1. We'll have a bit of a gandy here and see if we might be able to see a wee bit of what's played out. Michael Dell, obviously the Red Bull Racing liveried Mustang there.
I think it's just being cautious. I think you're just not wanting to get in any trouble. Yeah. And hopefully he's going to make up those positions a bit later on in the race.
Yeah. Probably one of the Haas cars going around.
Yeah, that was Billy Rowley.
Oh, he's actually had a moment there. And I didn't actually catch what car that was.
I think that was John Lee.
There we go, good spotting. So he was the one that we saw rolling backwards towards the wall. So that explains why that's happened. Interesting stuff. So yeah, outside of that, there was Billy. Jeff Horgan's had a bit of a moment on lap 2, and then again on lap 3, and then where he's actually jumped to pit lane. We'll have a look from here. This is Jeff Horgan on his 3rd lap, running off the track, and then not too long after having a moment where he's crashed somewhat significantly enough to warrant towing to the pit. So is it just a bad rejoin? No, not too bad. Probably a bit of a slow down penalty off the bus there at the moment as well. And then coming down in through here, has a bit of an issue. Oh, okay, yeah, unable to bring it up. just not feeling it tonight, Jeff.
Put her in the trailer, boys. We're off home.
Yeah,
Have a beer. Put your feet up.
Long toe, still sitting there in pit lane. Dan Turner, first car to do a stop, and it was 1 minute and 19 seconds. So I would say that he has come unstuck coming into pit lane. Well, that's an ominous sight to see. From the freeze frame there. Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's how you get into pit lane.
He would have served a penalty for that, I'd say, for unsafe pitting.
That is insane. What a freak accident.
I don't even know what I just saw.
Well, I'm disappointed there was no lid skid, at least, in that.
So who was just in front of him? Jeff Organ cutting loose, getting the wobbles, gets back onto the oval, powers it up. Okay, yep. Here we go. And it doesn't matter if you were planning on staying on the racetrack. I'm not going to let you sandwiched over top of two walls.
Yeah, freak incident there. I don't think anybody should get arrested for that.
No, totally a racing accident there, through and through. But would explain why he'd sat there for a while, and Jeff deciding that was his evening of racing finished up.
Just a message to any American track designers out there listening though. This is why the rest of the world put catch fences on our pit walls.
Indeed. Rightio, so let's have, while we're looking at some replays and action taking place, you see from the board there's been a couple of changes there. First of all, we will bring up Nico Cordia passing Michael Jones for P1, and then what happens after that, as Nathan Cadman currently leads now. Ooh, deep under brakes, bit of a bump and rub, and a second serving there.
That's a credit to Cadman. He just sat there, waited for his chance, didn't he? And jumped right on it.
He certainly did. Nico then allowed Mike to pass him by again, to essentially redressing that issue. So it was good sportsmanship there, tough battling, and these things happen. But straight back, toe hook engaged, deep, wobbles under brakes, and looking to make that pass back into the second spot. Should have a run here. And unfortunately for Mike, just sitting across that dirty part of the track where people have been rejoining. Good bit of racing.
Yeah, Cam James up in it now too.
And it's still not over for the boys in front. Still got door knocks happening. Cam James,
well, we're at lap 13,
Dougie,
too.
Yep.
So wobbly tyres may be a thing soon, apparently.
Let's see if we can see them.
Well, it could be as good as the talking back bumper.
It just sprung to mind, mate. It just sprung to mind. I don't think there was anything as funny as watching that car down the straightaways once it hit 180 kilometres.
You've made that noise before, haven't you, mate?
Oh, plenty of times. I don't think we don't knob bit for nothing.
Michael Oh, he's still going backwards. He's lost another couple of spots. Back to P16 now. So he's been in a bit of a battle here with
He's in between Jack Hinton and Thomas McCall there. Currently down 7 spots from where he qualified into P16. So qualifying setup, low on gas, seemed to go right, but throw a few extra litres in it, and this is it's just not been his night for making up positional spots.
Oh, he goes very deep, goes down the inside to avoid contact, and manages to avoid taking anybody else out, but that's not good for his race.
No, certainly not. And now his mind will be in a fluster as well. Come back onto the track as we see Bill Kilgore now up against the rear end of that car, running the lovely Jigsaw Racing colours on there.
And Bill happily retired now, not putting any extra time into sim racing, but enjoying life.
Yeah, I think I was don't know if it was him or someone in the background, but it sounded like they were watching an episode of Meet the Midwives or something. I could hear it playing through his Discord there during warm up. He tried to allude that he didn't know what I was talking about. I don't think he's that senile yet. Could have just been honest. Just say you like it, Bill.
Well, these front guys, Dougie, their last laps are all in the 130s. So they're still travelling all right after 14 laps on these tyres, 15 now. So look for them to start coming into the pits probably in the next 5 laps, I reckon. Another 5 laps on them, they'll be getting pretty cruddy. So yeah, Luke Hallman agrees in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and but someone who has obviously got the tyres and the balance of the car well under steam, Nathan Cadman now not hanging around after hovering back there before. A 3.2 second gap over spot 2. I think Nico and Mike Jones there enjoying their battles a bit too much, and not paying too much attention to the guy in front of them that they should be chasing.
Yawning is contagious, Doug.
Sorry, mate. Did you get that one, Shane? Yawning is contagious.
I did, yes.
Yeah, it's hard to yawn with a mouthful of big cat.
With cat.
No, I'll finish my cat now.
Oh yeah, you're just on to
so you took the cat home and you ate it.
It's amazing what you find when you're on rubbish duty.
Oh, that was
one of the
Mysteries
cars has had a little bit of a moment as well.
Actually, I've got it's Brian Rigger, but I've got John Lee and Bill Kilger here having one, and then Brian Rigger just after that. So we'll have a bit of a look, and then Terry Slugsy Marsh. Oh, unfortunate.
Get a Bill.
It's unlucky, and here's the one you were talking about. You must have seen out the corner of your eye.
Yes, I just caught this on my screen, caught the end of it, saw him slow up against the wall. I wonder if he's picked up a slowdown through the chicane that leads you back into the oval, and he's just had to check up there to clear it.
Do you know what? I wondered the way the car almost stuttered away from trying to get back under steam, as if he's had an issue with his gearing, like it wasn't like it hadn't shifted down or something. It seemed very bogged.
Those guys passing, obviously, I think he might have had a blue flag up, and he's actually just got out of the way, I think.
Oh, that could be it, yeah.
So Nathan Cadman, the first of the front runners, taking his stoppage, and just in pit lane there with John Lee, Rodolph Jenkins just left, and Michael Dell as well, having departed. So that's those two there. John Lee exiting now. Nathan Cadman back underway. Tim Hawke rolling in. So here we are, lap 17. So just nudging on that halfway point, 17 to 18 laps of the 36. Michael Jones retaking his lead of the race. Again, him and Nico have traded places once again.
Just seen Billy Rowley cutting over the chicane on the back straight, so he's going to have to... No, sorry, it wasn't Billy Rowley, it was Terry Marsh. So he's... Looks like he might have already served it, but he would have picked up a slowdown. Oh no, that maybe I didn't catch what I thought I caught. That looked okay on that replay.
This is coming, was it through the infield section here?
No, it was definitely through the chicane onto the back straight. So actually, angles tell a slightly different story. So he's gone around a PSR car that's letting some traffic through, and he's just run a little bit wide in the first part and then jumped over the curb. But I think the angle you picked up looked like he almost got around it, but certainly the angle of the exit of the chicane shows that he's gone right over the top of it, although I think potentially that might actually be classed as okay as long as you got something on that curb.
Just having a look there at the comments. We've obviously got Luke Allman not joining us on track tonight, but looking after wanting to keep an eye on the AJR boys. So Daniel Johnstone here. I believe we've got bad camera. Andy there as well. And correct me if I'm wrong, there is one more car.
It's normally Luke Allman.
No, there's a... Oh, I'm going to spot someone's name. This one. Mr. Logstone.
Oh, there we go. Oh, Nico's had a whoopsie.
Oh.
And Michael Dowell now as well.
It's just not been his night. So here's catching Nico. Thanks, Luke. Yeah, we've got David. Oh, man. Oh, so close.
I think he's just gone round in sympathy, Michael Dowell. Maybe locked up just trying to avoid anything there.
Yeah, and it's amazing to see someone who I believe you said was sitting second in the points just not having a great night's racing.
No, it just shows though, like it just takes one track, you know, and tonight I brought this track and did a few laps and I have to say I don't like it, and I would happily not race here.
Yeah, it's not one of mine either. Shane, you have had mixed results here as well in the past, is that right?
Yeah, it's a track that I have enjoyed in the past. Would say I prefer the old Grand Prix layout to the current layout that we're using tonight, but
I think David Logsdale is 74 years old.
Yeah,
just let us know.
Hence why I just brought that up on screen. Well done, mate. I suppose that's a bit of a tributation that the number on the car, 474. Maybe he feels like he's 474.
Yeah, or maybe he's been 74 four times.
Or the fourth driver of the team, and his race number is 74. Same as his age.
Yeah, maybe somebody has stolen the number 74 in the league and had to put another number in front of it.
So many questions, Luke. We want answers.
Yeah, yeah. What's the significance of the race number? That's my question.
Rightio, so we've had Nico come out. He's now sitting in 10th spot. Nathan Cadman is here in P6. And Cam James was in the mix there, was sitting 4th. He's now jumped Nico. Who else we got? Michael Jones is lapping in P7. So those front runners still much to the much as far as the orders go. But I think we'll watch this for a little bit. As I would say, Cam James will be soon under a lot of pressure from Nico behind him.
It looks like the closest we've got there on that timing tower too.
It's almost as if I saw it, eh?
Almost.
Let's have a gander inside the car. By the time I find the camera, I'll probably be him passing. So still a bit slow and cautious at the minute, not wanting to push and hurt those tyres any more than what he needs to. Allowing them the chance to come up to 10 properly. Using the draft to close that gap slowly. Nice up and over the curb. Through turn 1. Cam James looked in the rear vision mirror while putting the gas in, and he's looped it round. It's unfortunate. It's going well. Keep pushing though, mate. It's always lovely to see the KSR cars out there, Kiwi Racing boys doing their thing. Looks like the only one here tonight is our boy Matt Pluck. I think he might be up racing in the Div 1 crowd again.
The rough races.
Yeah. We don't really like watching them too much.
Oh, well, looking forward to next week, Douglas. Off to Detroit for the V8s. That should be pretty cool.
Oh, mate, tell us about it, Shane. The concrete jungle.
Yeah, that's going to be an epic challenge for everybody. Obviously, first time there in these cars. I thought it's proved to be a track that gets mixed reactions. Some people love it, some people hate it. There's probably not a lot of in between.
Well, we here at SuperCars NZ certainly love it, and the boys affiliated to Virtual Motorsport New Zealand certainly love it, and Corey will explain why we love it so dearly.
I just like the fact that there's walls everywhere and you've got to keep off them.
It does. I think we...
But no Virtual Motorsport affiliation with it though, I don't think.
Oh, no, I think I must be thinking of... Am I thinking of Chicago? I've got it wrong.
Oh, yeah. The Enduro for Mental Health was at Chicago, yeah. But if you're still hungry for racing on the broadcasting lounge, I'll get this in before I forget. It was where I was heading. We're up to Watkins Glen GTE racing at Watkins Glen Boot on Thursday night. So Shano and myself will be there for that one.
The boot. Yeah, and if anyone wants to log under my racing name and race for me while I'm at work, keep me in the points of the GTE series. Hit me up later. I'll flick in my bathroom.
Yeah, no, sold. I'll give it a nudge. You'll be last. No promises.
Just finish the race, mate. It's banking points.
Watkins Glen, though, is a whole different level to Indianapolis for me. I do quite enjoy that track.
Yeah. We'll agree with that. Let's have a bit of a looky here. Mr. Luke Orman, commenting obviously about David Longsdale there, 74 years old, and he hopes that he's still doing it at that age. I'm assuming you're talking about racing. It is apparently just a random number. Luke isn't here tonight or racing because, like your thoughts there, Corey, hasn't driven the track and doesn't think he ever really wants to.
Fair comment. I'm 100% on board with that.
Yeah, and he will be on board with the V8 Veterans League from across the ditch, Split 1 racing at Belle Isle on Thursday night. So best of luck for you for that one, Luke. I can appreciate why you're probably putting in some time doing that one rather than spending it here trying to learn a track that you're unfamiliar with. So that's smart thinking.
Race leader down the lane, Dylan Radford. So look for Nathan Cadman to get back the lead again.
Yeah, and gap between Nathan and Michael blending. 1 second now.
Yeah, former All Blake Michael Jones. He's pretty quick in a simulator.
So, as it would stand, Nathan Cadman over Mike Jones, Nico Cordia not too far behind there in third, stabilised a little bit by the second part of the race. Zach Christie, Race Onos, I can't work that out. Race Onos Unit Racing.
Yep. Race on Oz.
Can't we go with the Onos instead?
Yeah. And own it.
Own it. Sorry, Zach. We shouldn't be making a mickey out of your sponsors and teams here, mate. Just put dashes in between them next time, just for the sake of us slightly uneducated folk who are trying our best to read that out.
Yeah, just doing our best dyslexically, I think.
Might have to get Leon to whip that up on a top for me.
Oh, I had a good one. I took a photo. No, can't go there. Anyway, that goes somewhere we can't talk about. Here's Michael Dell getting one of those places back, and off he goes into the grass.
Here I was thinking it's looking up for him, but it's not to be. It's not to be.
I think his feelings on this track are going to be pretty similar to Corey's.
Yeah, won't come back.
Let's not invite him into the broadcasting lounge at the end. I don't think there's enough beeps or chirps, sound overs that we could probably do to cover his frustrations for the evening. Oh, that was tight. That was tight. Dylan Radford with Daniel Johnstone there. There certainly wasn't much of a marker in between the front and rear nose of those cars before.
I love the rear nose.
You like a bit of rear nose rearing?
It's not made for kids, folks.
Hey, I'm not the one.
Okay.
I'm not the one who took the cat home and then ate it.
Oh, here they come out onto the oval and then back into the infield.
I thought you meant the cats. Shano's out there with his meow mix and catnip. Professional. Let's have a look up here. Let's have a look at someone who can actually drive one of these cars and it's somewhat half decently. See if Michael Jones can put some wheel work in through the second part of the lap. Listen to that. That was like all of nearly the end of second gear for 3 turns, just not shifting, just left to right, left and right.
Right, go left.
Yeah. One thing I haven't seen happen tonight, Corey, we've still got 10 laps for me to be proven wrong, is no one has managed to blow up their Chevy engine just yet.
Yeah, and no lid skids. We need more lid skids. They're not putting enough effort in if they're not sliding along on the road.
Yeah, Dan Turner, the closest one to actually giving that a bit of a go tonight.
Yeah, well, when somebody's sent over the fence, that's reasonably impressive.
Yeah, it's a rough one, and it's to.
Oh, Nico again.
To pick up that extra penalty as well was pretty unfortunate. Here we go. Luke apparently thinks it's only Ford engines go bang. But would have you know, Luke, that as much as we love iRacing, and thank you to iRacing for the beautiful platform that you provided to us to race on every evening that we've been so lovingly loyal to you, they've got it wrong. They've not found parity like the Gen 3 boys over in Aussie have found. We've been blowing up Chevy motors every other week. The Fords are apparently the go-to car.
There we go, you heard it from Doug. The Fords are the go-to car.
Apparently.
Oh, hearsay, is that what you're here?
I can't argue with the physical virtual evidence that I've seen over the previous weeks.
I know that this discussion will disgust Bill.
I know Dion blew a few engines up in the first couple of weeks, and I'm pretty sure he was driving a Mustang.
Okay.
Rough on the gear though.
I mean, Dion is a wee bit confused. He thought he was a Southlander, then he's moved to Aucklander.
No, he's gone further north than that. He's a Northlander now.
He lives in Otago too, so they will get upset if you call them a Southlander.
Has he got enough run on him this time? Been closing him in the last couple of laps. Bit of a show of nose. Nice and tight at the brakes.
Noticed it as well. Nathan's been missing a few apexes, particularly the first apex into the final chicane. So the next corner that you have to actually brake for when they get there. Just see how he goes around it this time. He's just been running a little bit wide of the apex into here. Or potentially just a slightly different line, preferring not to take so much curb, where Michael is throwing it up and over the top of that curb. So maybe just not so much missing the apex, more just a slight difference in opinion, I guess, of how to get the best out of the car there.
I think Mike's had to back off it a wee bit. I wonder if he picked up a very small slowdown penalty before, just from his attack angle across the curb when he was trying to close in on Nathan there before.
Oh, he's run a little bit wide through there. Looked like he almost got it into the apex, and in the rear just didn't want to do it, so he just had to steer out of it a little bit there, and by the time he had the side quad, he was just that car width wide of the apex.
High-speed drone cam doing a great job of keeping up with Michael as he makes his way through the back section of S's again. But not closing in the margin on Nathan. Nathan once again finding his car coming into value towards the later part of its stint on its tyres. Just moving away slowly again.
Yes, I wonder if Nathan's just been looking after his tyres a little bit through the early stages of the stint, and now he's got that little bit extra that he can put the foot down, but still a fair way to go as well. Only on lap 29 out of 36, so yeah. 7 laps to go now.
Yeah, Michael Jones on fresher tyres, so he came in lap 19, and Nathan Cadman come in lap 16 too. So take that into account. This place eats tyres like Doug does Aussie rolls.
Oh yeah. With a passion.
And that tells me that Nathan was a couple of laps short of the halfway mark too, so he's going to have to do a couple more laps in this stint than what he did on the first one. So if he is looking after his tyres, that's a good thing because he's going to need to be.
Just watching the back of Tim Falk here, currently in 5th spot, up 5 from where he started. Here's Cam James trailing him from Kiwi Sim Racing.
Yeah, so tonight we're giving away 2 times $20 iRacing credits at the end to be eligible. You got to finish the race. So had a couple that have put it in the trailer already tonight. So yeah, you're supposed to stick around and try and get the laps done. But if it's not your night, it's not your night.
Oh,
Dan
rear locker
Turner.
as he tried to turn in there.
Yeah, obviously bit of damage possibly still lurking around the underside of that car after it took its misfortunate trip over the pit lane wall. Boys managed to fix the bodywork to look nice for the sponsors, but a bit of a hard time in the gear underneath as we see him rejoining the track and dragging amounts of soil back onto the racing line there as well. It's a very real thing the boys have to contend with now. It's not just visually dumped there, the rubber and dirt and bits and pieces. It all gets stuck onto those hot tyres. It makes it harder to pick your lines.
There's 23 cars still running, right? Good.
Fantastic.
So that's good. Not too bad. We can handle that. But yeah, like you say, tyres, I think this place is eating them. Like my dryer makes my one sock disappear.
Michael Jones has managed to close the margin down to Nathan Cadman at the front again.
Very good. There it is.
Bill hadn't been able to find that way past, so it pulls out and Nathan Cadman just covers almost down the middle of the track a little bit there. Goes deep. He's forced the mistake.
Oh no!
Oh, there's the collision as he comes back on. They carry on, still 1 and 2.
Yeah, it was an apology over the radio and carrying on.
There we go. I'm gonna go back and have a look at that again. I'm interested to hear your thought on whether there should have been any positional change here, Shane, after this took place.
And there was a call out between them saying I think he offered it, and Michael Jones turned it down.
Okay, that's interesting because I've certainly if I was in Nathan's position, I would have been given that spot back. But obviously, as you say there, Corey, he's offered it, hasn't been accepted, so I guess it's race on.
I believe that's what I heard anyway.
Okay, and Luke all over that on the chat comms there as well, seeking redress from that. But if it's all fun and games here at the track, and it was denied, race on.
Certainly, what I will say is absolutely nothing dirty or in any way intentional in the contact there from Nathan. He just ran wide, was not in control of the car and made contact. But yeah, I think if it were an incident that was called into race control in Div 1, I think race control would either ask them to redress, or if that wasn't carried out, then a drive-through penalty would probably follow.
Yep.
And he has managed to put a wee bit of a distance in between them now.
Yeah, just over 3 laps remaining, coming up to race end, and Nathan now pushed out to nearly a 2-second gap over Michael Jones here.
Yes, I wonder if Michael's picked up a little bit of damage from that contact and if that's slowing him down, because it definitely looks like a significant reduction in pace. Either that or a significant increase in pace from Nathan. Oh, but Nathan's slowed up on the pit straight. Is this him just going, you didn't want the readers before, but I just can't accept keeping the position in that way? There you go.
Yeah, just heard Michael Jones. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. But he's happily, well, he's out in front now. So a little bit of sportsmanship there from Nathan Cathey. We'd like to see that.
Yeah, I think it's the right thing there. I think, like I say, absolutely no intent or malice from Michael in that moment, but he's made contact and it's kept him in the position. I think ultimately it does have to go down as a redress, but I think Michael's given it back to him again, so it's a little bit after you.
And just a mere just over 5 seconds behind, going, oh, come on, boys, keep it that.
Yeah, give it to me.
I'll take it.
Big thank you to Allports Motorsports too, for sponsoring the V8 Series, Summer Series again. The loyal supporters over there at Allports. We absolutely love you guys and all the support you give Supercars NZ. So big shout out to Neil Allport and the Chitty and the team at Allports Motorsport.
Yeah, and make sure while you head on over to that website of Allports NZ, make sure you check out their Sparko gaming section. They've got a selection of racing gloves and boots and socks and bits and pieces specifically designed for our sim racing needs. A few boys run some of those. I know Shane's the lucky owner of a few of those items, and they said they go okay. They give you about an extra half a second per fingertip or something, is that right?
I don't know about that, but they're certainly very comfortable and very nice to use, although I do need a new pair of gloves. Mine are not in the best condition.
Oh, hard on the gear, eh, mate?
I guess so.
Yeah, you got to give
speak English, Shane. I've gotten a lot of use out of them. That's what I was trying to say.
They go okay for eating cat with?
Yeah, they're great for eating cat with.
Couple of laps remaining, and there's certainly no kitty cat sauce on the back knuckles of these two boys, as they have been hammering it out together all race. The only one who's decided to depart the battle, or just hasn't quite got enough energy to carry on keeping with it, is Nico here, but certainly great looking towards finishing up result. One more lap to go. Boys coming across the line now. Dylan Radford and Tim Vork still hammering out over that one. That's been them for about the last 7 or 8 laps as well. Dylan just hasn't been able to make that move past Tim just yet. And Tim once again just getting way under steam down the straightaway. No draft potential there to keep that in check there. But we'll watch these two.
Do you ever think when you eat Chinese that it's not pork or chicken, but a fat Siamese?
A fat Siamese?
Yeah.
Nah.
So Michael's going to have one more chance to get the move done here.
Thanks, Dan. Oh, you can almost hear the belt loop getting undone there, just like, enough. the old rubber band twack.
Yeah,
I
trouble
mean,
is
we are on the final lap. I wanted to bring it back on topic.
yeah, that's fair.
Nathan Cadman looks like it's... Oh, is he going to do the Regis? No, he's not.
Oh,
He's
I
going
thought he
to...
was going to jump the
He's just
pins there
taking
for a
the win.
second.
Do
Well
the Shane
done.
Van Gisbergen.
Yeah. Well done. Hey, that was great racing with those guys. I'm sure they've had an absolute hope battling it out. Nathan Cadman, P1, Michael Jones, P2, Nick Concordia, P3, finishing where he started the race. Zach Christie, up 2. You'll be happy with that, finishing spot number 4. Coming across the line now in spot number 5. Up 2 as well, Cam James, KSR, Tim Vork and Dylan Radford. That battle continued up right through to the line, P6 and 7. Daniel Johnstone, nice race for him, up 3 in the top 10, finishing 8th spot. Big groover and mover here, Lee Swinney up into P9, up 8 spots. Billy Rowley down a couple there, and finishing inside the, finishing in the top 10. Jack Hintz making lots of moves as well, finishing up 9 spots to P11. He'll be quite happy with that. Tom McCall, Heath Mahone, Rodolph Jenkins, Chris Zalewski coming across the line. Our Racecraft Week sponsor, and a massive thank you to him. Please go and check out his page and his products for your sim racing needs. As Corey said before, what they've got going on is a pretty neat bit of bits and pieces and stuff. And Chris, a massive advocate as well for SuperCars NZ, been racing with us for quite a while. We have a pleasure having you. Wayne Hartnell, Grant Bristow, Bill Kilger, Richie Fisher, Andrew Johnstone, Dan Turner bringing up our spots to 21. David Logstall there, just ahead of Brian Rigger. And I think that's pretty much where it finished.
Yep.
About only 23 of our 30 drivers finished the race. So what I'm going to do is quickly get a winning wheel dressed up with some numbers, as we'll get Corey or Shane just to quickly check in with how many race finishes there were across at Div 1.
No, just for Div 2.
Is it? Oh, just for Div 2. Okay.
Yeah, we did just a Div 1 a few weeks ago.
Oh, well, look, I'm happy to share the love that way. So let's tidy that. We'll do a bit of this. Oh, clicking buttons I don't want to click on. Bit of that. One of them.
No one coming in for a chat yet, so that's all right. We can handle that.
That is okay.
But it was the race that was done, so that's it for the Indy Road Circuit. We'll never race there again. Well, we might. Won't be this year though, because I think it's only on the once a year part of the cycle.
Mhm.
And yeah, so well, Doug's just getting that. Yeah, nobody in the waiting room. But it's always good for Div 2 to put on a bit of a show, isn't it, Shano? They never disappoint.
Yeah, that's right. It always seems to be exciting racing in Div 2, and normally pretty clean racing as well. We do quite often see a fair bit of contact going on in Div 1.
Yeah, and there was a subtle reminder from our illustrious leader of Sean McNamara, who is obviously doing a massive role with race control and looking after safety car proceedings and stuff like that this season. Put the warning out to the drivers that only halfway in, and there's a number of drivers have already received upwards of 5 and 6 demerit points out of the new demerit point system that we've got here in play, and a total of 10 will warrant a 5-week stand down from racing. So few people out there still just need to get themselves on the right side of the clean fun racing. But yeah, it just shows the direction and professionalism that online racing here in New Zealand is trying to have at the moment, and we're doing our best to stick to doing our bit with that as well. But anyway, we have one rather large spinning wheel here, thanks to Racecraft's. You can see the numbers just getting jiggled there. And so we're going to do 2. We're not going to delete everyone off like we normally do. We're just going to spin for 2. Is that right, Corey?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
What number you got it on? I'm thinking number 7 and number 22.
All right. I'm going to say number 12 and number 2.
I'm going to go
We'll see you then.
number 18 and number 8.
All right, here we go. First one up, getting themselves a lovely $20 iRacing. Oh, that was close. But P15. Oh, straight back at you, Chris Zalewski. Thanks for your sponsorship, and you're one of our lovely winners for $20 iRacing credit. And I don't think that could have gone to anyone more deserving. He's been there. He looks after us. We look after him. Certainly not rigged. And Chris, if you just tell us who your other mate is for winning this one, and we'll send that out to them as well. Second person to take it, and it's going to be... Oh, there it is. Number 2. I picked it. Michael Jones. Well done, Michael. So you'll have 20 iRacing credits coming your way as well. So congratulations, Michael Jones and Chris Zalewski from Racecrafts. Thank you to Racecrafts. Corey will do his bit to get that added to the prize register, and we'll get them paid out very soon. Well, that's it. So yeah, as you heard earlier on, folks, tune on in with us on Thursday night, the GTE series, thanks to Manning Racing Products, heading to Watkins for their 6th round of racing. I won't be there, but I'll try and tune in to see a wee bit of the racing whilst I'm at work. So best luck for that one on Thursday night there, Shane, and Corey, if you're going to be around for that one as well. Hope you guys have a good night doing that.
Cheers, Dougie. And how crazy that we're already up to round 6, halfway through the season already.
Very, very incredible the fact that we've managed to get to there. I can't even. It felt like so long ago, and yet only just yesterday we were talking just prior to Christmas before this new season got underway, and yeah, nearly halfway through. We're almost getting to that crucial point in time in our admin books that we'll have to start making some discussions about next season again. And yeah, it's just mind-boggling how quickly these go by. But we certainly love doing it. We love doing it for the folks and the racers alike. But Corey, I'll hand it to you, mate, to do the final shout-outs for our sponsors and to sign us off for the evening.
Yeah, big thank you to Dapper for always supporting the Broadcasting Lounge, and make sure you like and subscribe, and we can get it to 500 and have something really awesome to give away. And as always, Allports for backing SuperCars NZ V8 Summer Series. I think it's almost been a couple of years of support from them. So big thank you to Chitty and the team, and weekly sponsor racecrafts.co.nz for all your for all your quality sim racing products, mods and accessories. They aim to bring affordability to sim racing made-to-order products like button boxes, DDUs, wind simulators, haptic feedback systems, and DIY components, all designed and crafted right here in New Zealand and completely customizable to fit your style. And also iRacing, thank you very much for giving us the service you provide us with all the fun things happening. I'm running out of things to say, so we'll sign it off, and we will see you next week for Detroit and the V8s, but hang around for Thursday at Watkins Glen Boot for the GTEs. But that's all from us tonight. See you, bye.
That's my name, that name again is Mr. Plow.
Meow.